Hi, this is Dennis from Fresh Endeavor, and we are going to section a duck, partially bone it. First thing we need to do is remove a little bit of the fat. You have some fat right here. It's extra fat. Ducks are very, very fatty. You can use that fat. Don't throw it away. Neck. Take the neck out. I'm not discarding it. I'm moving it off to the side. Now you reach inside. Usually there's a bag inside there. Woohoo, a bag. Bag of goodies. This just happens to be loose, stuck in there, and it is the liver and heart. And usually there's a giblet in there, but I'm not finding any, so I'm assuming that they forgot to put it in. And that's fine. So, first thing I'm going to do, right here, the wing. I don't really want this, so I'm going to cut it. If you hit it right, there's a little section in between and it'll come right off. You can use that for stock. It's right about there. You just run your knife straight through it. This fat here, don't want that either. I'll use it for something else. I will use it to render later on for some duck fat. What'd you say, bub? One of our cats is talking to me. Probably thinks I'm talking to him. Okay, first thing, we've got a knife, it's a sharp knife. Now you come across here. I'll show you the other side right there. Okay, we're not going through that side, we're going through this right here. And you put your hand on right there, and there's a breast on each side. And you want to get the meat, so you find a plate that runs through the middle there. You want to take your knife and you want to go in on one side, kind of on a slight angle toward the middle. And you want to run right along that bone. And it curves off a little bit right about here. So you just expose that. Now all I'm doing is taking with the knife, and there's a plate, a flat plate that runs across here. You want to just go right up across that plate the best that you can. You can see it right there. And we're removing the breast. Sometimes you have to go at it a couple ways, couple angles, to make sure that you get it. Get as much of the meat as possible. And if you notice, I'm cutting away from myself most of the time. Right through there. So we have here one duck breast, and we also have the rest of the wing there. We're going to come across. You can take the wing off before you do it if you want. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to be able to see and make sure you get all of the duck breast by doing it that way. But either way is fine. There's excess fat on here that I do not need when I'm cooking the duck. So there it is. It's cleaned up just like that. And you're going to leave the skin on because you're going to cook it that way later. So that's one. Now we'll take the leg off here. What we're trying to do is we're trying to do it so that we are leaving the carcass, the center, all the bones in the middle intact. So you get right here, and you, just like a chicken, you can break, and you can take your hand and pull back, and it'll break right there. And then you just run your knife along there. It opens up to you. Does the same thing on a chicken and on a turkey. Cut the excess fat off. And some of this I do not need when I'm cooking. So I take that like that. And then it's ready to go. You can, if you want, go through here and try to bone it all out. Let's put it this way, I do not want. I don't want to do that. It's too much of a hassle right now. And people are wondering why I have this knife here. I'm having it just in case I need to break through and that the Debone knife doesn't break through. And it's a rather intimidating knife. So that's one side. The other side, same way. This was frozen and let it thaw out. It gets a little soft. If you buy the fresh ones, they seem to work a little tiny bit better. But you get what you get. Same way, you go through here. You try to keep as much meat as possible. You're not going to get 100%, but you try. Now, once you get it about to here, sometimes it's better just to come through and release it from the leg part, the thigh. And if you do it like that, then it's easier to work with to get the finished part of it. Take the wing off right there from it, and I will remove the wing right now. The wing, you have to kind of come around. The bone runs through here and then it separates. It'll cut like butter if you do it right. You kind of have to go around and turn on it. Now this part here, come through here, you'll see right here, you have to kind of come on the inside there to get everything. If you cut straight down, you'll leave too much of the thigh attached to the carcass, and you don't want that. Like I said before, once you get it to the point where it is exposed, it's open up a little bit, reach over and snap it. And then you just kind of work your way around. See that there? See how it opens up and there's just the skin there? Then you can cut through and you can just take that out. Now this carcass is great for making stock, and that's what I'm going to do with it. There's a little tiny bit of meat on it, but not bad. Not bad at all.
To the flavor.
So I'm going to break this open here. And that's where I'll use this. This is not a regular meat cleaver. Oh, look what I found. It was hiding.
Gizzard.
The gizzard was hiding. So this is not a meat cleaver. This is a knife. I'm not going to bang on it like this, like you would with a cleaver, because you will dull it. So I'm just using it to cut through. And that way I have this, and we'll keep that over here. So everybody in the world is clamoring for bone broth, and they're paying lots and lots of money for it. And yet people are taking duck and they're throwing carcasses away. Doesn't make any sense.
Not at all.
So I have that there.
Beautifully done, sweetheart.
Like any chef, nobody's ever satisfied with the way they do things. If I was doing this every day, I would be able to cut it even better than that and quicker. But also, when you're doing this and trying to explain it to people, it takes a little bit more time to do it. So there's that. And these are the two breasts that are out there, ready to go, nice and trimmed.
So funny, it looks just like the packaged D'Artagnan.
Yeah,
when you buy that and spend 3 times the amount, actually you spend that amount for 2 duck breasts as you do for a whole duck.
Well, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I paid $21 for this. And besides getting the duck breasts, which for 2 duck breasts, what do you think you'd normally pay?
D'Artagnan yesterday was for a package similar to that, $14.25 for the package. So
And
that
how many
leaves
was
you
in it?
2 of them, just like you
So
have.
14 something.
No bigger than that.
And then you have
no
you
different.
have the legs there that would cost additional. And you wouldn't have the bones to make a bone broth. And
or the
so
legs and thighs, which are also good, and duck wings, which we've enjoyed in restaurants.
you have the 2 thighs and legs right there, and they're trimmed. You have the 2 wings,
Nice.
and you have 2 decent sized duck breasts out of that. So you have that and the carcass that you can make a nice bone broth out of. And I have a bunch of other things, let's put it this way, odds and ends. So I have
All of which is going to get used.
yeah, we're going to render those
Pure white duck fat
and
out
get,
of it.
and here's a couple more bones off the wing that's going to go there,
Another neck.
and a neck.
Together
and,
we actually had
this
2
is
ducks.
I had 2 ducks. This is a neck from another duck that I prepared a different way, and so I'm going to be showing both videos, but not together. So, and then, so I've got that. That'll all be rendered out for duck fat, and you can take that and render it all out. Of course, you get rid of the skin and that when it's done, but the duck fat is so nice to have. And not to mention, but I will anyhow, is if you like gizzards and hearts, the duck livers, gizzards and hearts and duck liver. And the duck liver, usually the only thing I do with that is we put a little salt on it, saute it a little bit, and render out a little bit of the duck fat into a pan and throw the liver in there and eat that. And it is so good that
A real
way.
treat.
Oh, I do that with turkey. I do that with whatever. But I happen to really love duck liver, and of course I love goose liver too. But that's another story for another day, and I will do a goose sometime. Show you the same thing. So anyhow, that's what we have here. Thank you for watching, and we will be showing you other parts of this. Thank you. Bye-bye now.